you're in control of your own sexual health.
PrEP is prevention. When you travel and you want to make sure you don't catch malaria, you take a tablet every day to make sure you're protected.
You said, no, I'm taking it so that it prevents me getting HIV. And
Yes.
I was thinking to myself, wow, that's so proactive, like, that's
Yeah.
brilliant, like.
PrEP is pre-exposure prophylaxis. It's basically preventing the infection with HIV. It's basically preventing the HIV getting into your system and reproducing. So it's protection before exposure. It's a non-toxic, well-tolerated medication. We've lots of experience with it, and it works. It works very well, over 90% effective.
My name is Will St. Ledger. I'm an artist and an activist, and I take PrEP. I started taking PrEP quite recently. I was always aware of HIV, but I'd been in a relationship for quite a long time. It was only really after that relationship finished that I started to think more about how I could give myself maximum protection from HIV.
Are people who have a HIV positive partner and the viral load isn't suppressed, or they've met somebody or the new diagnosis of HIV and they're waiting for the treatment to kick in to suppress the viral load, and that can take 6 months. Or of course if they're with somebody and the person refuses to be tested and they don't know their HIV status but they're anxious about it. Today testing is so important because early treatment is the secret to the optimal success in managing HIV. HIV is a treatable lifelong infection. In essence, it's like a chemical condom. But of course, it's different from a condom because it only protects against one infection, HIV. You still have to protect yourself against the rest. For it to work, compliance is the key.
I take PrEP every day. It's become part of my everyday routine now. Literally my PrEP pills, my weekly, because I take it every day.
Have you got one of those little
Little
containers?
containers, yeah, like ma'am. And but it's beside my toothbrush, so it's like it's something I
Brush your teeth, take your pills.
Exactly. I would have heard about PrEP maybe about 2016, and so before that time, you go for my regular STI checks and HIV checks, which is important to do. But from that time onwards, I started to think about how a drug like PrEP could give me maximum prevention from HIV. So that's when I talked to the sexual health clinic that I go to, the Gay Men's Health Project. Talked through the doctor there about the some of the options were there, and had said that I was looking for maximum protection from HIV. And so we did a series of did a rapid HIV test, because it's really important that you're negative, HIV negative, to take PrEP. Did some simple tests and a full STI screening, and from that point onwards, I was available to take PrEP. And so then, as part of that routine, then I go back 4 times a year or every 3 months, go back and retest to make sure everything's okay and there's no side effects, and there hasn't been. It's been really, really great.
Hi, I'm Helena. I'm Will's little sister, and today we're going to talk about PrEP.
When I first came out, I wrote a letter to Mum, right?
Did you?
Yeah, because there was no internet, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, of
And
course,
there was no,
yeah.
she didn't have a mobile phone or whatever. So I wrote her a letter and I said, Mum, I'm gay. So few things you need to know. 1, I'm really happy. 2, this is what I want. And 3, I know that you're probably going to be worried because you read in newspapers about HIV and AIDS and all these type of things. I guarantee you I'm looking after myself and protecting myself.
Now, I'm a mother. I can kind of understand how she might have felt at the time, being worried about you.
Right.
And it didn't matter that you were gay. That was irrelevant. It's just
That's
that you're
true.
happy. Number 2 was the most important one.
True.
But that you were going to be safe as well is
Yeah.
most important.
Yeah.
But back then you didn't have PrEP.
That's right.
You know?
Actually, back then, you know, there was very few. I mean, back then, in fact, I
Talking
think
93, 94.
yeah, even the combination antiretrovirals for people living with HIV hadn't even come on board
Yeah,
at that
imagine.
stage.
Yeah, things have moved on so much.
So much.
And it's
so
wonderful.
much.
And I think people should take advantage of modern science.
When PrEP came to Ireland, I thought, well, this is going to be, we've now got the game changer drug here, which can be used in combination with all the other things that we've learned before. It's something that I am confident will turn the tide on what is a sort of crisis in Ireland's HIV numbers.